Yes, guys, how you doing? Yes, how you doing? I'm back. Should be a good one tonight. So if you're ready. Yes, live follower, I see you, sweet. How you doing? Good to have you here. Oh, so how we all doing so far? We all good? Let a few build up, and then we'll get the main man in himself. Just gonna get everything ready so I don't have to interrupt or anything. Oh, it's been a corker today. I tell you, I haven't stopped. The poor dogs are melting. Oh, yes, Don, you good, bro? Yeah, I will. I will be soon, mate. I ain't long fucking got in from running round after my dogs. Oh god, it's been a long day, mate. Very, very long day. But I'm here now. Oh, yes, fat notification. How you doing, lad? It's going to be a good one tonight. We've got my man from YouTube Asylum jumping in to give a little story and yeah, have a chat. Yes, my man, Tim Smith in the house. Yes, Sean. How you doing, my man? We're gonna have just the main man on himself, yeah, and then after sorry about that. After that, we might have a little open panel, okay? It's just yeah, this guy's got a wicked story, not a wicked story, but he's got a story, and I'd love to hear it. Whoa. So how we all been? It's not been too hot today, but it's been bloody hot. I ain't stopped. Right, let's get me coffee and then we get them in. Yes, Secret Blackburn. And I was going to sleep in my tent, but I ain't doing that. It's too hot for that. I'll melt. Yeah, I'm good now, Donny. I'm back now, mate. I had my break from YouTube. I've decided what I'm gonna do now is not go on YouTube. Not at all. God bless you, Blue Sniffer. Thank you very much, mate. Thank you very much. Yes, Boosh, how you doing, my G? I'll put the link in. I'm just gonna have my man join, all right? Because yeah, let's get going, man. I'm just gonna put the link out there for Rob. Oh man, that's drinking. Don't forget, mods, do your job, please. Thank you very much. Try and put the slow tonight. Tell you what, I'll be glad to hit this sack tonight. I'll be happy to go to bed. And it's probably too hot. Shush. I know, mate. Go and get a drink of water. Go and get a drink of water. No. Drink of water. Let me just get hold of my man a minute. He's probably waiting for me to send the link somewhere else. Thanks, guys, for joining me. Because yeah, honestly, it will be a good one. It makes change from all this blimmin' fighting and offering out. So have a chilled one, chat. Oh, no, sorry, can't talk to you. I bet I'll come off here now, and I bet Rob will already be there. Watch, that's always the way. Watch, I bet. Oh no. Whew. Yes, all that's in London and your world. How you doing? Oh yeah, there's only one clue sniffer. Someone was talking about him once, and I thought they were talking about me because it sounds a little bit like my name. I had to check. I was like, hang on, they talking about me? He's like, no, Blue Sniffer. I was like, oh, I thought it was Lucifer. What's this sniffer thing then? Is that like a little group? Is it? Because I see a lot of sniffers. It's weird to say, but a lot of sniffers. Yeah, it's good to have you here, in. Definitely, it's good to have you here. I've had a little break off YouTube. Yeah, I'm back now. I'm here. Just waiting for the main man himself now. Oh. Anyone got any plans for the weekend? Yeah, I'm doing good, Sean. I'm back now, bro. I needed to have that step away for a bit. I bet he's going to stitch me up now. You watch. Oh, melting. Let's see if I can raise him. Whoa, why is it so hot? I love it. It's too hot, though. Hey, that 3D Fight Club 2, yeah, 3D Fight Club 2 looks good. Don't forget, guys, we've got Jude McDonald on tonight. Yes, lad, I see you. Here he is. Here's the main man.
All right.
Hello, mate.
Fucking warm today, isn't it?
I know,
Fucking
mate.
red
I'm
hot.
suffering. I've not been home long. I'm dying.
Where have you been?
Just town, getting flea stuff for my dogs, and yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, mate, feels good to sit down in the little draft for a minute.
Mm.
Oh, been up to anything today?
Me, no, same old shit.
Yeah, right. I only went
Every
out
day,
actually.
every day's the same with me.
Yeah, right. You don't go out much, mate.
Not really, no, nah. You
Yeah,
know, I don't. Like I'm gonna go into it. You know, like I've had to like pull away from everybody. You know what I mean? I can't. But all the friends that I've had for the last 10 years have been drug addicts.
yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah,
So,
right. Should we jump in then and let you
yeah,
get some of your story out there? Carry on, mate.
yeah.
The floor's yours. You carry on.
So where should I start? At the
If we
beginning.
go up to about 11, and then we'll go from there if you want to.
Yeah, because my childhood was good. You know, I, good till a point. Like my mum and dad, they used to argue and that, but they kept that under wraps, if you know what I mean. So they wouldn't tell us what was going on or anything like that. But we knew there was stuff going on between them. But
Yeah,
that's
sounds
not
good.
nothing like that has ever has been the reason why I've ended up using drugs or anything like that.
Nah.
So when I was about 11, 12, like I started smoking cannabis now and again, you
Mm.
know, like you do, and
Too right.
done that for a few years. Obviously, take everything else like ease stuff like that. You know, when you're young, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
um, s- when I was at school, I was at one school I got kicked out of, second school I got kicked out of, and then the third one I went to, it was like a pupil referral unit, you know, like a referral unit.
yeah. I've been in a
I
few of
went
them
there.
things.
And I think that was better for us, you know, because it was smaller and that, and
Yeah.
you know, it's a little bit easier, isn't it, when it's not a massive school.
No, do you know
So
what? That's exactly what happened to me. I got put into one of them schools, and there was 65 kids at the most in the whole school, and
mm,
that was the best. I even wanted to go back as a volunteer, like because it was a social services sort of thing. Like, yeah, yeah. Oh, mate, I really wanted to go back. That's how good the
yeah,
school
we,
was.
we only have like 8 or something in a class, and that's
That's
all
what
you'd
we
have in a
had, mate.
class.
Yeah, and it was
You'd have like
awesome.
a couple of teachers as well. You'd have like 2 teachers, so it would be a little bit better, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Oh, mate, the last because it was 14 I was when I went to there. So the last 2 years of my life, yeah, that's when you went to school. I was terrible, mate. But yeah, carry on, mate. Yeah, yeah,
So well, after school, well, while I was at school, like I was getting into trouble with things like, you know, like stealing and
yeah.
criminal damage, things like that when you're younger.
Too right.
And then obviously when I got a little bit older, I started like getting in with the wrong people. So I left school. And I went down to live in London with my dad because I'd got into that much trouble up north
Yeah.
that when I went to court, we'll release you, but your conditions are you go and live with your dad, kind of thing. You know what I mean? And he finds us
Oh
a
yeah.
job and that. So
Yeah.
I went down to London. I was working for the Hilton Hotel for a bit, and then I started
Yeah.
working for another hotel, the Jarvis, and that's when I met my son's mum,
All
and
right.
I met her, got her pregnant, and we moved back up north. You know, because you can get better housing and that. Because
Yeah.
down south, you know, you're on the waiting list for about 10 years.
Yeah. Down in the southwest, mate, it's bad. It really is.
That's if you're lucky, 10 years.
Yeah. God, you've got to be proper homeless. I mean, living in a tent. I had a friend living in a tent, and even well, recently he's got homed. It was ridiculous, mate.
Yeah,
God.
see up north, it's a lot easier to get housed.
Yeah,
A lot
I've
easier.
heard something about that. Yeah. That's, yeah.
I think in Scotland it's even easier to get housed. I've heard.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably get that though. Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, my
Because
place. Yeah, I treasure it with everything I've got, mate. I'm not losing this place. No way.
yeah, that's the same
Ooh,
with me. I don't want to lose my place. Like it's, you know, my place isn't the best of places, but it's somewhere to live. You know what I
yeah.
mean? In Carlisle,
Yeah.
it's hard to find private rented places, especially that take on, you know, ex addicts and ex criminals and
Exactly, mate. You've hit it on the head there. Yeah, too right. Yeah. I mean, that's what people don't understand. All right. Yeah, we sort of chose this way, but mate, the fight we've got, we still got to do to get by. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, it's mad, man. So how did you get into like heroin then, bro?
heroin. Well, obviously I had my kid with my kid's mum, and we lived up north for a bit, and got like we just weren't getting along, and that I just, you know, now I realise that I wasn't even in love with her. You know what I mean? It was just because
Oh
she got pregnant, and I thought I had to do the right thing by staying with her. So that only
yeah,
lasts like 3 or 4 years. But then she moved back down south. But obviously she had my son, so she took my son with her. And by that time, I'd been getting on to my mum because my mum owned a cleaning business, and I'd been getting on to my mum and dad before my dad died. And I was saying like, you were gonna give me this, you were gonna give me a business, you were gonna like set us up and that.
yeah,
And one day I was looking through the paper, and I seen there was a cleaning business for sale, and I said to my mum, "Here, look, there's a cleaning business for sale here." And so like she looked, she was interested.
yeah.
So she phoned the woman up, and she asked her about the business and that, and she said, "Yeah, it's a business called Dun and Dusted. You can Google it if you want. It's called Dun and Dusted." And she had contracts for Whitehaven Rugby Ground. She had loads of house contracts, and she had some other contracts. So my mum said, because my mum done industrial cleaning, she
Oh
said,
yeah.
"What I'll do is I'll take the industrial and the Whitehaven Rugby Ground, and you can have all houses." So that's what she did, and I took over that business, done and dusted.
That's what I used to
So
do as a living. That was industrial cleaning, doing the supermarkets and stuff. Oh, mate, I used to love it.
yeah,
Used to
well,
love it.
I was going into people's houses. You know, they were giving us the keys to go into their houses and that.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I'm doing that for a little bit, and it's starting to get busier and busier. You know, I'm taking on more houses. And there
yeah,
was a lass I knew, and I knew she wanted a job, and she was an ex-drug addict. So I thought, you know, might be good helping somebody. And so I give her a job. She started working with us, and then like she started she started saying, you know, like, have you ever tried heroin? Do you wanna have a little smoke of this? And you know, like I, I would now and again, and I don't know, it just snowballed from there, you know, like going with her and getting it for us, to then meeting a dealer myself, to, you know, going myself and getting it myself,
yeah,
and it just snowballed from there.
yeah, yeah.
You don't
Don't
you
mind me
don't think
asking
you're
you,
gonna
Rob.
get go on.
Sorry.
You don't think you're gonna get addicted to it. You think, you know,
No.
you can just, you know. I won't get addicted to it. I can just, it'll wear off. Doesn't.
That's it. That's what happened to me in a way. Well, it might be similar. Do you reckon like that if you hadn't lost your like not lost your boy, but if you hadn't gone, do you think you might not have not gone down that route?
No, I still would have. Yeah, I just
Yeah,
think it was. I think it was just wanting to try it, and I think it was just a moment. And but I
yeah,
reckon it all added on to it, if you know what I mean. So there
yeah.
was that as well. There was, just being depressed, being on my own, and stuff like that.
See, that's what I did. See, I did it for a few times just to try it. Like it's like once, maybe every couple of weeks or something, just trying it. But then, yeah, when I lost my kids, and it wasn't down to drugs or anything like that. It was just the ex. We split up, and that was it. She used the
Yeah,
kids as a weapon. That's when I hit the heroin then, because I knew it'd make me block out everything, and
yeah,
that's what I did. Like, and that's what, yeah, that's how it started for me. See, and like yourself, you probably just woke up one morning and had it. That's like I try
yeah,
and explain to people. We don't realize how. I mean, that drug is the best feeling I've ever had in my life. The first two times, three times, but then
yeah,
after that, your body, it just shut. People don't understand, do they? In the end, you literally after the fifth day, you're taking it. Stop your body collapsing. Well,
yeah,
giving up.
yeah. Stop you
People don't
feeling ill. Yeah.
understand that. See,
Until
you get
until you get that thing to stop you from feeling ill, then you can then start to enjoy something. But by the time
yeah.
you've even got the money to stop yourself from feeling ill, you've got no more money to continue taking it, if you know what I mean. So then
No, that's right.
you just
Yeah,
continue in that thing, isn't it?
yeah, it is, mate. And then, like they say, chasing the dragon. I know it's got a different meaning, but you're always chasing that thing. Like I used to
Yeah,
hate it, and and people who know that, like waking up in the morning was always the worst thing.
yeah,
Waking up, first thing on my mind, right, money or whatever. But with me, see, I was lucky but unlucky because don't know, I'm a joker. I was always in with the dealers and stuff. Like I hate saying this, but I was, so I barely had to pay for my stuff. Look,
yeah,
I'd wake up and there'd be a hit ready. I hate saying it, but it's the truth. It's my past. And yeah, it got bad for me because yeah, my friends were actually dealing the shite. And yeah, when I got clean, I had to, like yourself, look at distance from everyone. And it's a shame, really, 'cause some of them were decent people. I know they were, but yeah, it's
yeah.
crazy, man.
That
Yeah,
see that happens when you get into drugs and that you lose all these. If you had any kind of decent friends, they all just seem to disappear, don't they? Because everybody just turns their back on you, and
100%. I remember you
you know,
saying that a few weeks back. Yeah, 100%,
it's
mate. Nobody
it's
comes round there
only
anymore.
my life. There's only ever been like my mum that's never ever turned her back on us. For everything that I've done to her, and I've shit on her from great heights, and she's never ever turned her back on us.
Me too,
And I'm
bro. Me too. Shouting bitch down the street at her, and I don't care, people. I'll be honest with you, because I want you to know the real me. What you would do, but yeah,
yeah,
things like that. Because my ass is hanging out. You know what I mean. Anyone can relate to it. The thing I say to people that don't understand is go and watch the film Trainspotting, one and two, because that is the perfect depiction of an addict.
yeah,
But it's just mad, isn't it?
yeah.
So, like, go on, mate. You carry on. Just yeah. It's just yeah.
Uh,
Your story has always fascinated me, and not in a
where
nasty
I'm
way.
at. So she started asking if I wanted like a bit of this, bit of that. So then I got addicted. Um, so then like I had a booming business. I had like I was doing like 5 houses a day. Other people were doing like 5 houses a day. So I was raking it in. I was living quite a good life. I was
Yeah,
renting my own house, paying my own council tax, had my own car, um, my own money. You know what I mean? Credit cards, this, that, the other,
yeah,
and then the business started like going downhill, if you know what I mean. Like I would stop turning up to places and
yeah,
um like to get new work, and that I just couldn't, other things were taking priority.
yeah. I
And
do, mate.
then obviously I started losing places, so I had to start laying people off.
Yeah,
And then there was one house that I was cleaning. And I noticed I was bad on the gear. I noticed there was a glass in the cupboard, and it was full of money. So I started taking money out of the glass. I had my own keys, so I was letting myself in, and I was going in. I was emptying this cup full of money, emptying it like I'm talking like £600 in a cup. I'm taking out 200. I'd
Yeah,
go
just
back maybe a week later, thinking to be in trouble. Yeah, it was full up again. So I
yeah,
just carried on doing that, if you know what I mean. Because I was thinking they're not even noticing. So then I found a checkbook, and that was my mistake. I found the
oh
checkbook.
yeah, yeah, the old checkbook.
I took about 10 checks out of the back of it, and I started writing them out to myself, writing them out to my business and putting them in my business account. But because I had a business account, you don't have to wait for money to clear because you're a business. You can
All
walk
right.
into the bank with a £500 check and take out £500 without even having any money in your account, if you know what I mean, if you've got a business account. Because all
Yeah,
you do is you speak to the manager. You have a mobile number for the manager. So you just phone the manager up and say, "Will you authorize this money for me to check out?" And he will. So I was doing that for quite a bit, and then obviously that come on top. The people found out and ended up contacting my mum and saying to my mum, "Look, this has happened. I think it was 2,500 or something. We don't really want to go to the police, but if you want to pay us it back, then we won't go to the police." And obviously at the time, my mum wasn't, she didn't have that kind of money
yeah,
just to pull out from anywhere. So that was it. They ended up finding the police, and I ended up getting 16 months.
yeah. Because you've done
Six,
some jail time, ain't you?
yeah, I've been to jail 4 times.
Yeah, right.
Um, so I got 16 months, but then I appealed it and I got it down to 13 months.
All right.
So, but that, it wasn't just the jail and me going to jail. It was the shaming my mum, if you know what I mean. Shaming,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
when
God.
it was printed in the paper, it didn't say, it said my name, and it said co-owner of the business, and it named my mum as well.
Oh, right. Shite.
She
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
that because she was still running her business, and it named her as like co-owner. So
oh,
then people thought, well, he's been at it, and his mum's been involved, and she just hasn't been. You know what I mean, or something like that. People can come
yeah.
to all kinds of conclusions. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, they do. The jungle drums start banging, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh, no, yeah,
That
yeah,
was that's what I've done to my mum. She
yeah.
should have turned her back then, but she never. But then if she would have turned her back, would I be where I am now? I don't think so.
No, do you know what? That's what made me. Well, that my kids coming back to me helped me get clean, but my mum was the main one. When I started knowing that I lose no respect and no love, she still says that it wasn't that, but I know that it was. I
Yeah,
tell you what, Rob, this is how bad it was. Yeah, I was living in a tent in my mum's back garden. That's how much my mum had no
yeah,
respect for me or anything.
yeah.
But
Well,
then
I've
obviously, yeah,
I've slept in my mum's back garden on a bench. She wouldn't
yeah.
even let us in the house at times.
No, same here, mate. Yeah. Well, anytime I go into a different room, my brothers and sisters will be following me and stuff. And
Yeah,
yeah,
or my mum can't leave a purse anywhere. She has to take a
no,
purse in all the rooms with her and that. And
that's it.
do you know how that makes you feel like tiny? That like
It does. It does. Yeah,
where
it
they
does,
don't
man.
need the money about where you are and that. But
Yeah,
now when I go through, I can see that like the smile on her face, and
yeah.
how
There's
pleased she is
nothing
with
better
us.
than that, is it? It's like my family when they knew that I was actually, because like obviously you relapse a couple of times. Now I'm about 16 years in, but yeah, when I was about 3 years in, and Mum knew that I was proper clean. Yeah, that's when I got that smile. And I tell you what, yeah, I know exactly what you mean, mate.
Yeah,
Yeah, and like now, people trusting me like in their flats and stuff. I go in and out of my brother's bedrooms and his money lying around and stuff, and yeah, it's wicked. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean? And yeah. Oh, she's in the chat. God bless you, Mum. I tell you what, yeah, like Rob said without you, I wouldn't be here today. I wouldn't. I know I
yeah,
wouldn't. I never thought I'd live past 30, Rob. To be honest,
yeah. I
it
never,
wouldn't.
I never.
Yeah, let alone now I've got two kids, living 3 grandkids, and I'm loving it, mate. You know,
Yeah,
it's worth it now. It's made it all worth it. But obviously, us being addicts, mate, we're gonna be addicts for the rest of our lives. Look, you know,
yeah.
you probably find any little hobby or anything like it turns in.
Any little situation, yeah. That's why I don't come on all these lives and that, because I can see
Yeah,
myself coming on, arguing with someone, getting off
yeah,
the live, and going straight to a dealer's house and scoring, coming back, having it, and then regretting it, if you know what I mean.
yeah. And then your life's fucked, and you hate yourself for the rest of your life, sort of thing.
Or
Well, for a very long time.
on the internet.
Yeah, I mean, I've been having a lot of bullshit on here, but then, yeah, I've just what I'm going to do from now on. Obviously, I check in on you and the other guys, but I'm just staying off YouTube, mate. Just do my morning lives, and that's it. Yeah,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
it
see,
was
that's
getting really
what I
nasty.
really do. I put out some videos, and if I do watch the lives, just sit in the background, if you know what I mean. I don't really comment, or
No,
unless I really want to, because I
yeah,
just
well, that's
like
it,
to like
mate.
keep an eye and not, I don't want to get into any arguments or get arguing with anybody or anybody not to like us, or because then
That's
that'll
it.
play on my
Yeah,
mind.
you're just yourself, mate, and that's what gravitated me to you. Like, is how you are and everything. And yeah, yeah, you're a good guy, mate. Trust me. And Jude, yeah,
Yeah,
thinks the world of you. Let's go to how you met your late partner, if that's all right, unless you don't want to talk about it.
yeah. So when I went to jail, and I went. I think it must have been end of 2009, start of 2010, something like that. And I got out in 2010. So I met I met my partner 27th of October 2010, and obviously when we met, I was a heroin addict. She was a heroin addict.
Okay.
She was also an alcoholic as well.
Right.
So and we just like the minute we met, we like just stuck with each other all the time, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like from the 27th, she had her own place, but it was through like the hostel. It was like a move on place, if you know what I mean. Well,
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I had like a cash house. It was like like it's like a housing association, but not. It's like for troubled people, and it doesn't exist anymore now. But they give you a house, and I got a house off, well, a room off them, and I
Yeah.
let her come to stay with me for a little bit because like once I was with her, that was it. She just didn't want to go home.
Oh what?
So stayed there for a little bit, and then I was getting kicked out of there. So we seen a flat just round the corner. So my mum come round and like got us a flat, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Paid all the deposits and that, and I'm still here now.
Fair play, mate. Fair play. Yeah. Yeah.
So
You
for the
so
10 year, go on, carry on.
are you sure you're all right talking about it?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right,
See,
man. Carry on.
for the 10 year, we were okay. We did have like quite a volatile relationship, but that's because she was an alcoholic, if you know what I
Yeah.
mean.
Oh yeah,
So
my dad died from it, mate. Yeah. Oh God.
when she'd get up in the morning, she'd be a different person to when she went to bed at night, if you know what I mean. Because she'd
Yeah.
be drunk by the time she went to bed. But she would drink a lot. She'd drink like, do you know these like super strength lagers?
Oh yeah, like red stripe and bloody yeah, I know what you mean, mate. Tonic
It was like
super.
that was from a Polish shop. They were called Carpacci or something in like a
Oh, I
black
know
can.
exactly what you're on about. I know, yeah, yeah, I know what you mean.
99%. I think they're common everywhere, them cans. And she
Yeah,
would drink them, like I'd go to the shop one day, get 8 cans, and then I'd maybe go back maybe the same day, maybe the morning. Do you know what I mean? So she was
yeah,
drinking
yeah.
a lot.
Shit, it's got older by then,
And
big time.
uh, we both wanted to come off drugs, obviously, but
Yeah,
you don't at the time, do you? The moment and
you
everything
don't
like that.
know.
You just
No.
carry on the addiction and stuff like that.
Yeah, I found that, especially when you're in a well, it's not really a relationship, really, is it? When that's involved, but yeah, it what mate. But yeah, I know where you're coming from. But you sort of think to yourself, well, I'm not really addicted because I've got a partner and stuff, and yeah, but yeah, you
You've
are.
you've got a partner.
I did have a partner when I
Oh,
was on the heroin, and it was so weird of a relationship with me and her. It was like we just existed. Like, yeah, there was no emotion or nothing there. It was
Yeah,
strange.
that's
Yes, she
kind of
was
like
good.
what it with us at times, you know, like it was
Yeah,
just like gear, 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 gear all the time, like, and I couldn't really do anything else apart from like, because like when we'd had our gear and that, I'd be left to try and find money from somewhere else, if you know what I mean. So I
yeah,
could
man.
never rest
Yeah.
because
But
it's just a
yeah,
constant,
weird one
you
though,
know.
because I reckon if she did manage to get clean, things would have been so much different. Because she was a good girl, she really was. Like, but yeah, she had to go away in the end. She had to go back to her mum and dad's, gets clean, which is good. I always wonder about her whether she did actually do it. She good girl, but man, yeah. So how long was you with your partner then, mate?
10 year, 10 year.
Wow,
I met her in 2010. She died at 22nd of January 2021.
wow, wow. Do you mind me asking how she died?
Yeah, she cooked. Well,
So I
it
don't want
was
to go into it, mate.
no, no, I'm all right. No, I'm all right. Um, it was January 2021, and she her esophagus burst in her throat,
Oh shit.
and she was spewing blood up for a bit. And I seen she was spewing blood up in a bucket, so I says to her, if you carry on doing that, I'm gonna find an ambulance for you. So
Yeah,
she carried on. I found an ambulance for her. The ambulance coming that said her esophagus had burst. She needed to go to hospital. She went to hospital, kept releasing herself
oh
because
what?
they weren't doing anything to her. But
Yeah.
I didn't know they'd told her that her livers were failing. She
Oh
needed to stop drinking because her livers were playing up. So she's ignored that.
oh,
So she's kept coming home, and the police have kept coming for her and kept saying, you know, you're gonna have to come back to the hostel. If you don't come back, you're gonna end up dying.
yeah.
And she kept laughing at them, you know, like, you know, yeah, I know you're saying that. And so she went back to the hospital. Police took her back. A few hours later, she phoned us and said, I'm coming home again. And I went, eh? I went, don't come home again, because all they're going to do is come and get you again. And she went,
Yeah.
no, they've told us to come home this time. I've caught COVID. So
Oh
I
fuck.
says, oh, fucking hell. So, and I knew by her catching COVID wouldn't be good.
Nah, mate.
I
Nah.
don't know how they've let her, said to her, your livers are packing up. You've caught COVID.
Go home.
Go home. Did they not know she was going to die in that time?
Well,
Do you know,
come
her
on,
livers
do
were failing.
gee, that what the hell,
So
mate?
she's come home, and literally like 3 days later she started swelling up, like her stomach swelled up, her feet
Yeah,
swelled up, her hands swelled up, and
yeah,
she was like a little bit delirious, if you know what I mean, like didn't
yeah.
really know what was going on. And we had Unity come out, which is like they're like drug workers, you know, to drop, because at the time when COVID was on, you weren't allowed to go to the chemist or anything,
That's right.
especially if
Yeah,
you had COVID. So they were dropping it off at the house for us, and they come and they asked if they could see her quickly, and I said she wasn't too well, and they were like, well, we need to see her quickly while we give her this.
yeah.
She's come to the door, and they've not been too happy with it, if you know what I mean. The way she was speaking and that to them. So
Oh,
they've called an ambulance, and when the ambulance comes, she was talking like gibberish, if you know what I mean. And the ambulance staff were trying to talk to her, but she didn't know that they were talking to her, if you know what I mean. She wasn't listening. And
yeah,
then
yeah.
when she was going, she couldn't get her shoes on her feet, you know, because her feet were swollen. So
Uh,
she was saying to us, but I've got no money to get home. And I says to her, you've got money? She had like money in her bra. She always
yeah,
kept money in her bra. And she was like, oh yeah, I have. So I thought, you've forgotten that you had money in your bra.
yeah.
So they've took her to hospital. This was on the Tuesday. Took her to hospital. I tried ringing her on the Tuesday. Her phone was off. Tried ringing her on the Wednesday. Her phone was still off. On the Wednesday night, the doctor phoned and said she's dying. She's going to die in the next 24 hours. So
Wow, shit.
37.
God, mate, that's not even an age.
So they were like, do you want to come and see her before she dies? And I says, well, yeah, but I've got COVID. And they were like, oh, you can't come and see her then. They went, what we're going to do is we're going to have her moved from the hospital to Eden Valley Hospice, you know, because they do end-of-life care.
Yeah.
Because you're dying, aren't you? It's your
That's
end
it.
of your life.
Yeah.
So they send you somewhere, do you know, so you can get palliative care,
Yeah.
so you
Just
can
so
be looked after until you
and it's
actually
just
die.
yeah. Oh, mate.
That was it. She went into the Eden Valley Hospice on the Thursday. They said I could go up and see her on the Friday. I went up about 1 o'clock and her son was with her, so I didn't want to, you know, bother them.
Yeah.
So I said, can I come back up and see her? And they were going to make us wait until the next day, you know, on the
Like what?
Saturday. Aye, till the next day if she's dying.
Yeah. Right.
So I says, can I come back up? And they were like, at first they says 9, and I went home, I found my mum, and my sister works in like not social services, but she works in like childcare and that out in Whitehaven. She works
Yeah.
for a company called Sure Start, you know, that works with children and that. It's a bit like social services, but not.
All right.
She phoned him up and said, like, you know, she's dying, he needs to see her. So they says, come back up at 3 o'clock. Got up there at 3 o'clock. They told us to wait outside for 5, and obviously she was dying. They come out and they said she's just passed away then.
Oh, so you didn't get to say goodbye?
No,
Fucking hell,
no.
Rob. My condolences, mate, and I mean
They,
that from the bottom
you
of my
know,
heart.
they let us in for a little bit, you know, afterwards,
Yeah.
so I could
Not
sit with her
saying
for a bit.
bullshit. Jesus, bro. I feel for you, mate. I really do. Yeah. So how are you in your recovery now? Then are you doing good though? Yeah.
Well, you know, I relapsed when she died.
Oh shit.
Um,
Yeah.
I've relapsed a couple of times after that, but yeah, now I'm I'm brilliant, if you know what I mean.
Good. You
Out
seem
of
yeah.
all Um, you know, I've got my life back. I've got money in my pocket.
Good.
I've got my credit back. I've got, you know, maybe I haven't got a job, anything like that, but I'm still recovering, I think.
Of
I
course
don't
you
think
are. I
I can
mean,
check off
you're
that.
still early, ain't you, bro? I mean, I'm 16 plus, like I said, but that's just like just starting, really. Gonna be
Yeah.
fighting it for the rest of your life, mate. No matter what. It's
Yeah,
horrible.
sometimes for addicts as well, it's not too good to rush into things,
No,
because if you rush
definitely.
into it, you're just gonna end up failing.
Yeah.
And, you know, this is something that we can't fail on, if you know what I mean.
No, not at all, mate.
Slip,
No, that's right.
it ruins us, it ruins our family and that. So we
Yeah.
have to be very careful of what we're doing, if you know what I mean.
Well, that's it. And yeah, like when I was doing the little channel trying to help ex addicts, I had like true recovering addicts sort of thing, people that want to. It's like, yeah, and then a few days later, they'd never get back in touch again. But it's like, yeah, you got to want to do it before I can help you. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
yeah, I wasn't ready. I relapsed for about 2 years on and off. Yeah, because I was on, and I tell you what, I don't know about you, but methadone, mate, that's the hardest thing for me to get off.
yeah, yeah.
Wow, I'm
I'm
down to
still on
30 mil
methadone.
now, and I'm still struggling.
Yeah,
God, and
I've
that's
see, when I was on the methadone the first time, I come down off it. I got down to about 2 mil, but I got a job at the same time, so I was working. I was coming down off of methadone. I was getting paid as well, and I started, you know, thinking, oh, I'll buy a bit of gear here and
yeah.
there. You
I'll just
know, it
treat
won't
myself.
matter, and it did matter. You know,
Yeah,
uh, uh,
yeah,
I was okay when I was going to work to start off with, and then I was getting up in the mornings. There was no gear. I was going in feeling rough. She was having to come up to work, and at dinner time and pass us something, so I could have it in the toilets and that.
Yeah, I do, man. Fucking hell, yeah, too
I
right.
don't smoke it, so you can
No, nor
imagine
me.
what I had to do.
Yeah, I could never smoke it. I always had to do it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because my mum
So you
always
can
used to check my feet.
imagine.
Someone must have told her that like people injecting their toes. I didn't know. Maybe it is possible. I don't really know. But yeah, she'd always check my feet. I
Yeah.
shouldn't laugh, but she did. Yeah, yeah. And the telltale
Yeah.
sign with me, because I used to live with my mum like through most of it, and my telltale sign, I never used to gouge out. I'd just get an itchy foot, and I'd be sat there for hours just itching my foot. And every time she come in my bedroom and see me itching my foot, she'd know straight away. Oh no! But the thing she used to say to me, and your mum might have said it to you, and that's what used to shake me every time, is I ain't coming in your bedrooms in the morning in case you're dead. And I'm like,
Yeah.
"Ooh, if I could fucking change myself, I would. But then, like you said, yeah, you do, and then you get that smile from your mum, and it's like, I did it. It's mental.
Yeah, see, like when I was on heroin and that, I was at my mum's for a little bit, but then obviously I got jailed, and then
Yeah,
after that, I never ever went back to my mum's, and I've never really went back to my mum's, so I've lived like away from her when I've been on the gear and that, but sure
yeah,
was
yeah.
helped. But I
See,
knew it
with me,
always
it's a bit
affected her.
different. I was living with her when I was on the gear, but when I got clean, that's when I got my flat, and that's when I started like trying to live again. Yeah, that's when it all started falling into place. Because what I didn't do, see, and that's what I'm doing right now, is I never done the recovery bit, like the rehab bit, like paying your bills, learning. Well,
Mm,
Rob, you got to rebuild yourself. You got to learn how to live again, didn't you? Really.
yeah,
And I got clean, but I haven't done the rehab bit, and that's what I'm doing right now, like with my weight gain journey and everything. And
yeah.
yeah, it's had its downs, but I'm getting back there now, so it should be all right. It's just yeah, weird, man.
So
But
did you have anything like anything to do with like drug services and that? Did you have any help off them? Well, obviously, because I'm
yeah,
methadone.
I'm still under them now. I don't know if you've heard of them. Action.
No, no. Ours is
Yeah,
called Unity. It's probably the same thing.
yeah, it probably is, mate. Yeah, I've got this worker at the minute now. I'll tell you a story offline, but my worker, mate, I'll tell you, she's absolute legend. I'm
Yeah,
totally honest with her. Like back in the day, if I'd relapse, I'd tell her, and that's
yeah.
what that respect was there then. And I'll tell you what,
I think
she's been
I
there
think if
today.
you're serious about coming off everything, you've got to be honest with people,
You
haven't
got
you?
it,
You've
mate.
got to be
Yeah,
honest. You can't tell lies and that, because once you start telling like little lies like that, you're back
yeah.
there lying again. If you know what I mean.
Well, it's
So
like when I'm on air, mate, like yourself. There's no point lying about your past because people will find like you'll have a friend or something. I've had friends on like there's nothing I got to hide. Everything's out in the open, and yeah, you can slate me for it. You can either ask me questions, which I've got no problem answering.
yeah,
You can't lie, mate, because there's no point, is there, Rob? It catches up
I'd
with you.
rather be upfront and honest with people, and then
Yeah,
you haven't got anything to worry about then, and people will give you that little bit more respect if you're honest and that, you know what I
yeah.
mean?
This guy in the chat, right? MBTV Benji, yeah. The
Yeah,
other week I was in his live. Now this is no disrespect to this lad, right? Because of the way I still look. This guy, I was like, oh, he's like, oh, what do you do for a living? Then I was like, I don't know. And it got to the thing where I was like, well, what do you think I am? He went, I thought you was a fucking smackhead. And then he thought I was a junkie, like, just because of the way I look and stuff. Now I
yeah,
respect him for being straight and honest to me. Do you know what I mean? Other
yeah,
people would have probably been, oh, what are you saying that to him for? But that's Benji, and he's on it, and I like that in a person instead of being like, what does he
yeah.
do? Well, like, why does he look like that? Do you know what I mean, lad? But yeah, this guy, he's lethal, bless him. But yeah, I loved him for it.
I'm starting to look a lot better now. Like when I go out and like if I see people like that haven't seen us for ages, they'll say, you don't half look a lot better. Like,
Yeah,
I'm starting to put
100%.
on weight again and
Well,
starting
I
to look a
did,
little.
mate. I got up from 6 stone to well, yeah. When I first started doing YouTube, I was about 6 stone. Do you know Jonathan Ronan Royal, the box fighter?
Yeah,
He,
yeah,
yeah, well, he's been a close friend of mine, bless him, and I love him to bits. He done me a weight gain plan, and because when I
yeah.
first came on, I was asking for nutritionists, like the one that I was going to go to, all he wanted to do was just fucking sell me steroids and supplements. But Johnny
Mhm.
stepped in and he's given me a weight gain plan, and I tell you what, within 4 weeks, maybe just under, I was up to 7 and a bit stone. But then I've lost
Yeah.
it all recently again, where I've been like proper depressed and stuff. But it's going
Yeah.
back on. Don't you worry about that. I'm on my positive thing again though. But it's so easy done, mate. Because of course, like with you, where people saying you look better, I've got people coming up to me saying, "Fucking hell, Jay, you look worse." But
Yeah.
don't you start. Sorry, I might have to end this in a minute, Rob, if this dog keeps
It's all
on.
right. It's all right. Do you not think it's because you're getting older though? You know, because
That's
how
it,
old are you
though. I'm
now?
nearly 50 years old, you know. I'm saying to people, I'm not fucking 21 no more. But
Yeah.
that's what it is. That's exactly what it is, mate. I'm nearly 50 years
Yeah.
old. I've lived a bad life, a rough life.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not going to be fucking 20 stone and fucking
Gonna take
chiseled.
a toll on you, innit?
Isn't it? That's it, bro. That's exactly what it is. Oh, man.
Good
But,
on you
yeah,
for being 16 year clean. You know, that's an achievement. That 16 year.
exactly, mate. The people I don't like are some of my friends, and they know who they are if they're watching. The ones that get clean and then they look down their nose as if they've never been down that
Yeah.
road. You know what I mean? They
Yeah.
forget where they've been like. And it's like, oh no, nah, man, got no time for people like that.
Yeah,
Not
I'd
at
love to
all.
help someone who's struggling. I'd love to help someone who's, you know, who thinks that life isn't going to get any better. Because I've
Yeah,
been there when I thought my life wasn't going to get any better. And fair enough, my love life and that hasn't got any better. It's got worse. And you know that
well,
everything else is, you know, it's better at the moment.
it'll fall into place sooner or later, mate. Don't you worry about that. I got in a Oh, it was a bad relationship, but I got in one about a year or 2 years ago, and I never thought I would again. I really
Yeah,
didn't, and it
I
just
don't know.
happened.
I don't think I could love someone else. I don't know.
Yeah,
Not as much as I loved her. Not as much as I loved her.
nah, never, mate, never,
I'm
never.
still in love with her. I'm still in love with her now.
Yeah, yeah.
You
Bit
know,
like the
we
radio. You
didn't
get
finish.
sort of.
She died.
And I'm sorry, mate. That's why I wanted you to hear about it, because people, well, the chat, God bless every single one of you. Do you know what I mean? They all wanted to hear your story. And I'll tell you what, mate, I totally respect you and I owe you for this one, because I'll tell you what, I don't think I'd like to have anyone like not interview but to podcast with than you. You're a top man, and we'll have to do some stuff in the future, mate. You're
Yeah,
a top
yeah.
man, you really are. You're honest, you're upfront,
That's
and
why I
yeah.
wanted you to do it because I wanted it on your channel rather than someone else's. Because you know, I'm a nobody. I'm not famous or anything like that. And you know, I've got
No,
a bit
no,
of a
but
story, but
you're one of the good ones, mate, and there's not many of us here. You know what I mean? We're only a little community. You know what I mean? When I come on in the mornings and I watch your uploads, and they're awesome, mate. Yeah. I mean, if you
yeah,
want to, maybe one night we could do something where if anyone's got any questions about addiction, they can ask us. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
Because I'm up for that. I've helped a few people behind the scenes, like, and I've always said if anyone's got anything to ask about addiction, just message me. Simple as
yeah,
that. If I can help somebody, which I have helped a couple of people. I had this one lady, she was worried about, I think it was her daughter. She was finding foil in the bedroom, so I went, go and bring it down. I said, show it to the cat, she showed me to the camera. It was, yeah, it was that. So I told her. So, but I haven't heard from her, so she knows what it is anyway. So that's what she does with it. But yeah, she's like, I keep finding foil and a funny smell. I went, go and have a look, see if you can get a bit, bring it down. She showed me to the camera and it was a line. So yeah, I told her. She
yeah.
cried, but yeah, hopefully she's sorting it soon. Got to be done. But yeah, that'd be good. Right, Rob, I'm going to jump off then, mate, because this dog's
Yeah.
starting to bite me. Thank you
Right,
very
nice one,
much, man. I really
nice one.
appreciate that for you.
No,
You're a
it's okay.
star. And
Nice one,
I'll be
Lucifer. And big
keeping
up to everybody that come. Massive respect to everybody that's come and listened.
yes, I really respect you guys, because I know you're probably watching someone else. But yeah, thank you very much, every single one of you. I can't see a
Yeah,
single bad comment.
you've got cesspit and that starting in a minute, haven't you? Cesspit and
Yeah, all that'll
I
be
think
starting soon.
Ronan's got some on tonight as well.
Oh yeah,
Jude's on Ronan's.
yeah, is it Judo Don? Yeah, go check it out, guys, because that's going to be
Jude.
good. That is. He's a top man, old Jude is. He's a good lad. He's a brother.
Right,
He's good.
see you later, Lucifer. I'm gonna go for a
Yeah, you
smoke.
take it easy, lad. Go and have a nice little chill.
I'm gonna
Rob,
know.
you
See you
smashed it,
later.
my guy. God bless you, mate.
See you later. To that.
I'll message you in a bit. Ta-ra, brother. Wow. What a top man, eh? I'll tell you what, that must have been flipping hard chat. Seriously. Wow. And that's why I respect people like that. Do you know what I mean? I respect that. No, thank you, Boss Dog. Thank you, Man Meets Bike. Trina Williams, Secret Blackburn, all of you. Thank you. Yes, Gaz. Gaz, I see you, my man. I see you, my man. What's that? Snow Malone at 8-2. God, bloody hell. I timed that right then, didn't I, Rob? Thank you, every single one of you. Yeah, I'm going to go and jump out and have a chill, I think. Oh, it's been a hard day today. Guys, listen. Tell someone you love them, yeah? It takes 2 minutes and lasts forever. God bless every one of you, and I'll probably do a live again tomorrow, dinner time. All right, lads, ladies, love yous. Bye. Peace.